This Archive Friday, we tell about everyday acts of compassion and resistance against the Nazi occupation. This violin belonged to Cecilia Boruchowitz, born in Dvinsk, Latvia, in 1924. Cecilia lived with her parents and two older sisters, Elizabeth and Nadia. She was a gifted musician and studied music in Riga, where she stayed with her aunt and uncle. Shortly after returning home in 1941, all the Jews in Dvinsk were rounded up by the Nazis and taken to the local synagogue. Just before Nadia and Cecilia were separated from their family, their father gave her his handkerchief, and wrapped it inside it was his golden watch. This was the last time that Cecilia saw her parents and sister, who were all murdered in the Holocaust. Cecilia and Nadia managed to escape and went to the home of her music teacher, who hid them for several weeks and managed to organize false papers for them. The sisters caught the train to Vilna, Lithuania, where they had to rely on strangers to hide them, before eventually moving to the ghetto, where they endured terrible living conditions. Cecilia joined the orchestra, playing her violin in the evenings to an exhausted and starving audience. Miraculously, Cecilia and Nadia survived the war. She was gifted this violin by American Liberating Forces so that she could continue her music studies in Rome. Made in 1792, it was recovered from amongst looted valuables. Cecilia moved to South Africa in 1949, married Holocaust survivor Solomon Boruchowitz, had 3 children, and continued to play her violin in the orchestra. This leather music satchel and her father's handkerchief traveled with her from Dvinsk to the Vilna ghetto, through Austria, Hungary, Italy, and finally South Africa, where she donated them along with the violin to the Johannesburg Holocaust and Genocide Center. Cecilia's message is to always help each other however you can. In Cecilia's words, for 4 years, whenever we thought this must be the end, somebody would help us. It is important to understand that you cannot generalize a nation. Every nation has its good and bad people. We need to honor the good people.